I said I'd take some phone calls. I've got the economic news I need to hit. Let's just, is Trent ready in Illinois? Because we'll go to a call right now. All I can say is there's a lot of breaking news at Infowars.com right now. FEMA is now telling people in New York and New Jersey not to bring food to people, that only they're allowed to do it. Stocks tumble as congressman predicts economic riots in America. Kurt Nimmo, U.S., Canada, integrated cybersecurity agenda, why Obama wants your guns and the rest of your freedoms. What an incredibly important raft of articles. Adon Salazar, citizens from 34 states petition White House to secede from the U.S. Another big article there. San Diego residents face 6 years in prison for washing their own cars. It actually says at the local news, and they're saying, yes, you wash your car, we're going to arrest you. If your dog poops, $100,000 fine. Notice they're doing gun confiscation drills in Arizona saying, well, because some people leave cartridges in the desert. Oh, so everybody's a slave now. It's like the Soviet model. Somebody does something wrong in this town, we'll randomly line 10 of the townspeople up and shoot them. That's how the authoritarians work. Somebody leaves a cartridge in the desert, all your guns must be turned in. We're running checkpoints. Wow. Let's jam in a call right now. Trent in Illinois, you're on the air. Go ahead.
How you doing, Alex?
Good.
I want to start off by saying I do not support Obama, and I do not support the actions that he is undergoing with the country at the moment. But my real question I want to get your take on, when are we going to see Denver Airport come into play? From the research that I've done, is that it's going to be the base for the globalist elite to survive while they're just destroying everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's official that Colorado's the designated secondary capital. It's got a bunch of underground bases in Colorado Springs. They're at NORAD and all over Denver. There's a bunch of underground stuff there at Denver. That's just the globalists digging in case they have a nuclear war with China or Russia. And they have the COG government operating there. The Congress is all vestigial. Unless Congress stands up and retakes its power. So, yeah, that's my take on that, on the Denver airport, sir.
So you think that we're going to be seeing a lot more action with it coming here shortly?
No. We already have a Northcom military over the U.S. We already have Space Command based there. The real government is based there. That's why there's more underground bunkers and underground railways and missile bases you can shake a stick at. That's the head of Northcom. That's the head of the military-industrial complex. It's run by foreign banks. That's the real capital. The whorehouse on the Potomac, D.C., is just the crime syndicate minions that are there as a facade, a vestigial ceremonial crust.
While we fight to retain our liberty, while we fight to expose globalism, we have to realize we're talking about a very powerful combination of power.
Renowned author and expert Joel Skousen breaks down the globalist plan to shut down America and stage a new world war.
In one day, America will go from day to night. And if you haven't prepared in advance, there's not enough time to prepare in 24 hours, even if you saw it that early.
Coming to the InfoWar in November is our new documentary film presentation.
Strategic relocation is a systematic way to think strategically in the future about how do I safeguard.
Joel Skousen, Strategic Relocation.
The freeways are going to be crowded, they're going to run out of gasoline, they're going to run out of food, and then they're going to start to go north and south of those freeways.
Joel Skousen is renowned as one of the world's foremost experts in strategic relocation and the securing of your home.
We talk about natural disasters, the health environment, we talk about pollution, the water quality. My personal experience about being in every one of these states.
Government is digging in for the organized, incremental collapse of society and world war.
The U.S. isn't building huge underground bases and bunkers because of some terrorist threat. They know that a massive nuclear attack is coming. They want that attack to come. Most people won't even be ready and won't be able to get out of town when any of these nuclear weapons fall, because there'll be absolute panic.
There is no preparedness without strategy.
What I tell people is that you do have time. Prepare wisely in advance.
This Christmas, give the gift of preparedness. Strategic Relocation, the film, with Joel Skousen and Alex Jones. What you need to do, no matter what race, color, creed, religion you are, is get self-sufficient. And realize that, hey, we can all kill each other later if you want, if that's what you want to do. But we need to understand the globalists are taking over our world. It's a scientific takeover, and it's anti-human, it's anti-God, and we better come together against the New World Order. You know in your gut it's true. You know intellectually it's true. And it's time for moron mainline conservatives to stop thinking they're part of the elite. It's time for liberals to start waking up and not thinking they're part of the elite. It's time to realize we're all in deep trouble and humble ourselves. Look at some of these headlines. Syrian opposition says West has promised military aid. More arms to al-Qaeda. 6,125 proposed regulations and notifications posted in the last 90 days. The feds post it and let you comment and ram it forward. Like the Federal Reserve under Frank Dodd has its new enforcers over any business where they can just take things over. Private Federal Reserve is becoming a government agency openly. So in a way, you can say it's government, but unaccountable. A private government of pirates. It's now up to 34 states petitioning. It was just a few dozen last night, an additional 10 or so now to secede. Again, at Don Salazar, Infowars.com. Mark Faber, prepare for massive market meltdown, and that's out of CNBC. But get ready here. They've had members of Congress come out and say things are going to implode. Stocks tumble as Congressman predicts economic riots in America. Louisiana Republican warns day of reckoning rapidly approaching. And the government will play the part of the savior and say, give me VAT, give me carbon tax, and that's in the news, and that new money will keep the welfare checks going. Now, it won't matter that 90% of that money will go to foreign banks. As long as they say, we're going to give it to the poor people. And they'll still get their check in devalued dollars and won't be able to buy as much, but that'll be okay. And I'll get to hear all day how it's evil and how I want the poor to starve if I don't want this. There's a reason the mega rich want this. It's called a takeover. Here's one. Board of Governors of Federal Reserve System. Agencies issue statement on supervisory practices regarding financial institutions and borrowers affected by Hurricane Sandy. The Federal Reserve now regulates. Can the Federal Reserve help prevent a second recession? Oh, they're saving us. Is the Federal Reserve using money laundering techniques to cleanse banks' balance sheets? Well, of course, it's a narcotics trafficking operation. That's Forbes. And it goes on and on and on and on. Very important articles. And the most important of the day just came out by Paul Watson. I want it red-linked. Why Obama wants your guns and the rest of your freedoms. Second Amendment in the crosshairs. They're coming. And we've got it from every hill and mountain, like Paul Revere announced. The New World Order is here. They're coming. We're under attack.